everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making some art, and I'm actually quite excited to make this art today because I am going to be drawing a dragon. Not just any dragon though, a cute baby dragon in an egg. That's what I have chosen, and I'm going to be using my markers and my pencils and this art spectrum paper. But before we do that, I'm actually going to be checking out these new books here, which I have got from 3D Total. I love getting new art books. I find it a big source of inspiration, and this one here I've been especially excited about. The Fundamentals of Creature Design. I absolutely love creature design. I love drawing dragons, obviously, as you may notice on my channel. And let's actually have a little flip through here because there is so much awesome art here and also quite a bit of really valuable knowledge as well. There's tips and tricks and like how to design creatures that actually work and, you know, and anatomically correct for, you know, a mythical creature. I just think it's so cool. But the thing I love the most about these books is the beautiful art in them. Honestly, I find that kind of stuff so inspiring, and when I look through it, I get the urge to create art myself. And that's often what I'll do if I am you know, not inspired to create something, or I just can't think of anything. Maybe I've got art block. I just flip through my art books and suddenly I'm inspired to make art. This next book here is actually called How to Become a Children's Book Publisher, and this one is really interesting. I actually wasn't expecting to be offered this book, but I absolutely love all of the beautiful little designs in it. And honestly, children's book publishing is something that I am possibly interested in for the future. So I think that this book will have quite a lot of valuable knowledge and just really awesome like illustrations in it too. So I think this one's really cute. Now let's move on to the next book that I was given. It is actually called The Beginner's Guide to Fantasy Drawing, and straight away opening the cover I can just see amazing art. Like, look at this dragon here. It is absolutely stunning, and once I like opened the page and saw that, I was kind of like just in awe a little bit because I am a big dragon nerd. I love dragons so much. And I really like all of the interesting like tips on color theory as well in this book. There's quite a bit in there, and just the art as well is really nice. And you can tell that it's like more of a traditional art versus like a digital art in this book. And I actually really like that because a lot of art books you will see just, you know, digital art. Not that anything's wrong with digital art, but seeing like a traditional artwork in here just looks so cool. Like, look at that dragon. I can't get over that dragon. It's so beautiful. And there's tips on building up the muscles and the shapes of the dragon, and just really cool details like that unicorn and just other sort of mythical creatures. I just find these kind of books so fun. So if you want to check out these books, you can actually get them at 3D Total Publishing. I believe they are a UK based book publisher, and they are just super cool, and I really love all of the different books that they have and other like art tools. But anyways, now that we are all inspired, let's dive into an artwork. And as I mentioned at the start of this video, I am drawing a baby dragon in an egg. I just thought this idea was super duper cute, and honestly I was very inspired by that green dragon in the one of the books as well. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I have to draw a dragon in this video. It's been too long since I've drawn a dragon, and dragons are just like my calling. It's like my favorite thing that I always revert back to when I draw things, and it is something that I've loved drawing ever since I was little. I'm a big nerd, aren't I, with dragons. I love them. Now this isn't the first time that I've drawn a dragon hatching out of an egg, but I wanted it to be a little bit different to previous dragon in egg drawings, and this time I decided to go with like a purplish egg, and I was gonna give it almost like a galaxy kind of look to it. obviously not like realistically galaxy, but it would probably be made of like crystals on the exterior of the dragon egg, and it'd be really sparkly and pretty. And my explanation would be like dragons like this are born in like caves where there are gemstones and crystals and stuff. So obviously having the eggs look like that, they would obviously like blend in to its environment, and that way predators and stuff won't, you know, get attracted to these eggs, which I guess probably isn't too much of a thing when there's probably a mother dragon, like, you know, gonna kill any creature that goes near its eggs. But you know, just in case. And obviously it looks very, very pretty. Now, the method that I chose for drawing today is Copics and pencils on paper, and I chose a paper that has a really nice tooth because I just prefer that for my pencils. I feel like more of the pencil lead ends up on the paper when there's like a rougher tooth. Also, I really like the look of that kind of texture, especially if you layer, like make an underlayer of Copic markers and then do pencils over the top. It really ends up super, super nice and vibrant, and it is also a big time saver as well. Instead of just drawing with the pencils, if you have like a watercolor or a Copic layer underneath, you're going to save so much time, and you're also going to save your wrists as well, because pencils, I find them a little bit hard on my wrist, honestly. It's always good to find a method that works best for you, and for me, this honestly is like, you know, up there with my favorite sort of methods to draw. Now, of course, I wanted to draw a green dragon because honestly, I don't really draw green dragons much. And that's mainly because that's like sort of the traditional color for a dragon. Oftentimes you'll see it as green, and I like to sort of experiment more and pick wacky colors for my dragons. But this time I decided on green because I just really love the look of that dragon from the book. But I didn't really copy too many of its details or anything like that. It was mainly just like an inspiration for like the same kind of feeling that dragon kind of gives you, but also put my own flair on it to it as well, and make it a little bit more original. I decided on a nice rich dark red for an accent color for this dragon, and that's mainly because it will contrast really well. It's actually a complementary color to the green that I used, and because it's nice and dark and rich, it'll look really nice with that sort of light yellowy green color that I picked, and they complement each other pretty well, I think. I put some nice sort of stripes along the red chest area and on the tail because I felt like just a little bit more detail would look good. And then over the top of that, I added in some really bright highlights with my pencils to sort of just like accentuate that further, because I kind of want to make this look a little bit more realistic than my regular dragons. I feel like I do them a little bit cartoony often, especially if I go with the sort of comic booky feel with the bold outlines and the bright colors. It's often less realistic looking, and I kind of want to experiment a little bit further with a slightly more realistic style for my dragons. I feel like it's really pretty and honestly, like, it gives that fantasy like book feel when there's just like soft shading and just sort of more realistic colors instead of like black outlines, because that's, you know, very unrealistic. You know, you don't walk around and see black outlines on things. But yeah, I really felt like the details were starting to come together really nice when I started adding some green scales and like shapes to the head, and obviously little bits of shading here and there, especially when I went around the mouth and on the eye. I feel like it just really started to come together very, very well, if I say so myself. I did use a tiny bit of black, but honestly those were in the really, really dark areas, like the shadows around the eye and just little tiny parts in the nostrils and obviously the pupils of the eye. And I tried to stay away from too much black, but I still wanted a lot of contrast on this because I really love contrast in my artwork, and I just find it really satisfying to have some really nice dark shadows, and then once you add those really poppy highlights with the white pen, it just looks so pretty. Now, I decided it felt a little bit unbalanced, so I decided to add some spikes to the tail at the left hand side at the top there, just so that it was a little bit more balanced. And here is the final results, and honestly I love this so much. I didn't bother to put a background because I felt like it didn't really need it, and it kind of felt like, I don't know, like an illustration or a diagram of a dragon, and yeah, I just felt like it didn't really need a background. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments below if you like this, and what kind of dragon would you draw if you wanted to draw a dragon in your style. Anyways, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Please stay safe out there, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye everyone.